Hello students, welcome to biology class. This video is in continuity with the previous video of chapter Reproductive System. The objectives that we are covering in this video are placenta, umbilical cord, fetal membranes or extra-embryonic membranes. Starting with the topic placenta. After implantation, a special tissue develops between the embryo and the uterine wall. This tissue is called placenta. Placenta is a disc-shaped temporary connection between the mother and the embryo, fetus. Placenta consists of fetal as well as maternal tissue. After implantation, the chorionic villi of blastocyst grow into the endometrium. The endometrial tissue undergoes the changes and is known as decidua bacillus. Placenta consists of the fetal part, the chorion, and the maternal part, the decidua bacillus. The chorionic villi spread deeper into the endometrium. They break down the uterine mucus, including its epithelium connective tissue and endothelium lining, thus coming in close contact with the maternal blood. Eventually, the blood vessels of the chorionic villi are bathed in the mother's blood. This type of placenta is called hemochorial placenta. Placenta is a disc-shaped organ which provides the sole physical link between mother and fetus. During pregnancy, the placenta grows to provide an ever larger surface area for maternal-fetal exchange. The placenta weighs almost 500 grams and has a diameter of 15 to 20 centimeters and a thickness of 2 to 3 centimeters. The basic structural unit of placenta is chorionic villus. The villi are vascular projections of fetal tissue surrounding by chorion. The chorion consists of two cellular layers. There is intravillous space. The placenta is a temporary organ that allows the blood system of the fetus and the mother to come into close contact without mixing. There is no blending of two blood supplies. The exchange takes place through the membrane. It is through the placenta that fetus exchange respiratory gases, nutrients, and excretory waste with the maternal blood. Placenta supplies the fetus with everything it needs for development. Carbon dioxide and waste move from fetus to maternal blood, and oxygen and nutrients from maternal blood to the fetal blood by diffusion. Placenta acts as the interface between the mother and fetus. It helps in gas exchange and the transfer of nutrients and waste product between maternal and fetal plasma. Secretion of hormones which are important for fetal growth and development. Next, we are discussing various functions performed by the placenta. Placenta acts as an ultrafilter. Soluble inorganic and organic substances, hormones, antibodies against diphtheria, smallpox, measles, scarlet fever, etc. also pass from mother to fetus. Placenta also acts as an endocrine gland, secreting number of hormones, proteins and hormones secreted by placenta. Placenta synthesizes and secretes number of proteins and some hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG, human placental lactogen HPL, progesterone, estrogen and relaxin. Human chorionic gonadotropin HCG. This hormone is secreted by the chorionic membrane of the embryo. By maintaining corpus luteum, HCG keeps the level of estrogen and progesterone high and thereby prevent menstruation and further ovulation. Discussing relaxin. At the end of pregnancy, placenta secretes relaxin that facilitates childbirth by softening the connective tissue of the pelvis. It also dilates the cervix in preparation for delivery. HCG, HPL and relaxin are produced in women only during pregnancy. In addition to these hormones, level of hormone like estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, prolactin, thyroxine, etc. increase several fold in the maternal blood. Their increased production is essential for fetal growth as well as for the metabolic changes in the mother and maintenance of pregnancy. Umbilical cord. It is during the development of embryo that along with placenta develops another structure called umbilical cord. Umbilical cord is a long and thick cord that runs between the fetus and the placenta. Umbilical cord is attached to the belly of the fetus on one side and to the placenta on the other side. It contains the blood vessels taking fetal blood to and from the placenta. In this image, we can see the placenta and umbilical cord. This is a tube-like structure that connects mother to the fetus during pregnancy. It has 3 blood vessels, 1 vein and 2 arteries. Umbilical cord contains vessels, 2 arteries and 1 vein. Vein carries food and oxygen from the placenta to fetus and 2 arteries carry waste from the fetus back to the placenta. Next is fetal membranes or extraembryonic membranes. The peripheral cells of the blastocyst called trophoblast or trophoectoderm cells form the extraembryonic or fetal membranes. The extraembryonic or fetal membranes are amnion, yolk sac, chorion, Alntoys. Discussing amnion. It is the inner membrane that surrounds the embryo. Between the amnion and the embryo is present the amniotic cavity containing amniotic fluid. Its important functions are prevents the desiccation of the embryo and functions as shock absorber. Yolk sac. Yolk sac plays a critical role in the nutrition of bird and reptile embryos. It is also present in humans, though it does not nourish the embryo. Human egg is devoid of yolk. In human, it has acquired a new function. During early development, it is a source of stem cells that give rise to blood and lymphoid cells. These stem cells later migrate into developing embryo. Yolk sac is very small in humans and gradually degenerates and shrinks. The next membrane is chorion. The part of chorion in contact with endometrium produces finger-like projections called chorionic villi, which form a part of Placenta. The chorion consists of two layers, an outer formed by the trophoblast and an inner formed by the somatic mesoderm. Chorion is the outermost fetal membrane around the embryo. The next is Alntoys. Alntoys forms the blood vessels that run between the fetus and the uterus wall in the umbilical cord. Alntoys comes in contact with the chorion where it forms a richly vascular structure called the allantochorion that forms the fetal part of the placenta. Since both chorion and allantois take part in the formation of placenta, the human placenta is known as chorioallantoic placenta. In this image, we can see the four extraembryonic membranes: amnion, chorion, yolk sac, and allantois. Amnion protects the embryo in a sac filled with amniotic fluid. The chorion lines the inner surface and helps in exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen between the embryo and the outside air. The allantois stores metabolic waste of the embryo. As it grows larger, it also participates in gaseous exchange. The yolk sac contains yolk, the sole source of food. Yolk is a mixture of proteins and lipoproteins. Human embryo is devoid of yolk. Thank you so much. We will continue this chapter in the next video.